Yo, what is up guys, the Ultra News Meteorological Service here, and today we have another update for you guys. This is update 5 on Hurricane Irma as of 1930 UTC on the 5th of September 2017. Storm's location at 16.9 degrees north, 59.1 degrees west, with winds of 185 miles per hour, gusting to 220 miles per hour, and the pressure of 928 millibars, movement west at 14 miles an hour. So the storm has now become a Category 5 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale, and the interest in the Leeward Islands, Windward Islands, and also in the Caribbean Islands should now be nearing completion for their preparations for this storm. The storm's path takes it through a large amount of the islands, and is now expected that the storm will pass through these islands, remaining as a strong Category 5 hurricane. So interest in the area should be now completing their preparations and taking shelter. The latest update from the National Hurricane Centre has said that the storm is currently moving west at 40 miles per hour with winds of 185 miles per hour, which is now possibly the strongest storm that we have seen in the Atlantic since 2005. And also looking back at some of the records set 12 years ago now. So looking at some of the records set back then, is that now it has levelled the wind speeds of Hurricane Wilma. However, it is still around about 40 millibars less deep than that of Hurricane Wilma. And also now it does seem to be that this storm is the strongest storm that we have seen since Hurricane Wilma, in as regards to wind speed, with both Hurricanes Dean and Felix both only attaining wind speeds of 175 miles per hour. So at the moment we're looking towards a few storms that this storm may even rival, and this storm now is one of the unprecedented events of this year's Atlantic hurricane season. You could also see just off to the southwest or south-southwest, west-southwest, sorry, of Hurricane Irma is Tropical Storm Jose, which is also actually expected to become a hurricane within the next few days. And also we have another invest in the Atlantic, which is Disturbance 1, which I believe that storm to be possibly invests, I believe that to be, I think it's Invest 94, I believe, which currently has a 70% chance of formation in the next 48 hours, 80% in the next 5 days. That is before the storm is due to make landfall, I believe, on the coast. Actually, I know it's due to turn around, actually, sorry. And there's the possibility that a tropical depression from that could form, possibly actually becoming a minimal tropical storm before making a final landfall somewhere on the Mexican coast. But as regards Hurricane Irma at the present time, this does remain a very large threat to the islands around the area, and also it is something that I think as a storm trackers we were sort of expecting, but then it's just sort of explosively intensified. This is the first Category 5 we've seen since last year, in that being Hurricane Matthew, which just about managed to clip Category 5. However, this one now is very comfortably into Category 5 strength. And also looking at the postseason analysis actually from last year, that Hurricane Matthew actually was 165 miles per hour, not 160. And also with some storms actually being upgraded last year. However, we are still here to talk about Hurricane Irma. But this is just a very, very surprising storm, that being a Category 5 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale. And it is something that we've just so unprecedented, this storm forming. Actually, I think it's taken a lot of people by surprise, because we were expecting a possible major storm from it. However, I don't think that many forecasters were expecting something like this. So we will have to wait and see what happens with this storm, and what will develop and that this undoubtedly, when it makes landfall in these islands, will possibly be a very big catastrophic and humanitarian crisis event. But we'll now look at the satellite images, and that storm just looks beautiful. Like, it's the outer eye wall now is just, that storm is definitely, in the last few frames, is definitely strengthening some more. Latest update came at 1800 UTC, with that being 185 miles per hour. And I do believe now that updates are coming every so often now. Public advisory 26A at 2 PM AST, which I believe was issued at 1800 UTC. And also now we're looking to wait for the next update coming at 2100 UTC. The latest update from RAM did have the storm at 160 knots. Which is 185 miles per hour, which as per the latest update. You can also see in the water vapour imagery there that there's a lot of dry air around the storm at the moment. However, the storm is shielding itself with the spiral bands, and also the inflow of the storm at the moment is actually all dry air, no, not dry air, moist air. As you can see off to the storm's east, there is a lot of moisture in the air, so I believe that it is actually taking in moisture from that area, and actually shielding itself with some of its spiral bands from the dry air ahead of it and also behind it. Looking at the rainbow imagery, that is just some convection on that is just amazing. And also looking at the Dvorak imagery, the storm is managing to band itself in the last few frames. Possibly a sign that the storm is still intensifying and may actually be upgraded to winds of 190 miles per hour in the next update. Here's the other graphics as well. This is the forecast track. At the moment, it's expected to be a major hurricane all the way through when it's passing through the Caribbean islands and also making close shaves with the Dominican Republic, Haiti and Cuba. We now have hurricane warnings currently in effect for the following regions. So there is a hurricane warning in effect for Antigua and Barbuda, and also with the French islands of Saint Martin and Saint Barthélemy. Also the Netherlands islands of Saba, Saint Asturias and also Saint Martin, and also Saint Knit and also St Nevis Islands, and also the UK, the British islands of the British Virgin Islands, Anguilla and also Montserrat are currently under a hurricane warning, and also in the United States, Puerto Rico, including Culebra and also I believe that's Vieques, and also the US states Virgin Islands. And also currently under a hurricane watch is the French island of Guadeloupe, also the Dominican Republic, from Cabo Engano to the northern border with Haiti, and also from Haiti from the border of the Dominican Republic west to Small St. Nicholas, and also then the Bahamas as well, southeastern Bahamas, including the Auckland, Crooked Island, Long Cay, Inguaya, I think that's Mayaguana, and also Ragged Island. Also the British territory of the Turks and Caicos Islands currently under a hurricane watch and under a tropical storm warning are the Dominica and also the French island of Guadeloupe. And also under a tropical storm watch is, I believe, the rest of the coast of the Dominican Republic are currently under a tropical storm watch. And also parts of Haiti are under a tropical storm watch as well. So the storm is still a Category 5 hurricane with sustained winds of 185 miles per hour. Interest in the following regions should have already finished their preparations and taking shelter from the storm. So the islands of Anguilla, Saint Kitts and Nevis, Antigua and Barbuda, and also in the islands of Guadeloupe, Dominica and Martinique, and also the British Virgin Islands and US Virgin Islands should be taking shelter or taking extra care in the hurricane, as now this storm is now only a few hours away, with actually some of the outer spiral bands already affecting the islands of I believe the islands of Guadeloupe and also islands around the areas of, well, here we go, of Montserrat, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis Islands, Anguilla, the US Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands, and also Puerto Rico, with the outer spiral bands currently moving towards the areas. We are looking now at the satellite images, and you can see there with the outer spiral bands again, it is something that needs to be taken with with a lot of care, and also people in the islands, in the leeward and windward islands, now should be taking shelter from the storm, as the worst of the storm is now only a few hours away. Now they're also, I believe now they are experiencing tropical storm force winds. If we go to the storm update page, well, the tropical storm force winds aren't too far away right now, so they should be taking shelter anytime now, really. I believe that this could be a very large humanitarian crisis when this storm hits. So people in those areas, I do hope solemnly that you do stay safe, and that my thoughts and prayers are currently with all of you that are being affected by this hurricane. But I will leave you on a note to everyone in those areas. Good luck, and I do hope that you'll stay safe in this storm, and that I wish you all the best, and my prayers are with you guys. But anyway, that's all from me now. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and also that I do wish all the luck to them as well, to people in the area affected by Hurricane Irma. So, but that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will keep you guys updated. The next update will come when the next advisory is issued at 2100 UTC. But that is it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Ultra News and Meteorological Service, signing off.